Hey YouTube, it's Ember with The Big Fat Life. How are you? You guys, I wanted to report in on my weigh-in that I had this morning. You guys, I have broken into the 250s. I'm so fucking excited. I was, when I began my weight loss journey, I was 334 pounds, and this morning I weighed in at 259. And I am very excited. Getting into the 250s was a huge goal for me. I have not been in the 250s in 10 years, maybe more. And I'm fascinated that I'm in the 250s. Like, I seriously never thought I would see that number again. When I was in the 300s, even when I was in the 290s, I just never thought I would see 250 again. So I'm still setting mini goals for myself. I'm still taking it, 5 to 6 pounds at a time. Now that I've gotten to the 259 mark, I really want to get to 255. That's only 4 pounds. Well, 4 point something, because I was 259 point something. But I can do that, and it might take me a week or two to get there, but, I'm going to continue walking on my treadmill. I'm going to continue eating my plan, thinking positively, and just, doing what's been working, which is diet and exercise. So yeah. I wanted to share a little bit of a thought process that I've been going through too. A friend of mine and I have been having an ongoing conversation about weight loss surgery. And I know that there are several people here on YouTube who have decided to have gastric bypass or lat band or, some surgical intervention to help them lose weight. And one of my girlfriends asked me why I had never made that choice to have gastric bypass. And she even said, Ember, you would have been a perfect candidate, for that surgery because, you were so overweight and, young and short and, blah, blah, blah. And, my mother actually offered several years ago that if I would go have the surgery that she would pay for it. And I told her, no, I'm not doing it. And the reason that I personally have never chosen to have that surgery is because for me, I would have been one of those people who had the surgery, lost 100 pounds, and I would have immediately gained all that weight back. Because I know myself. I know, that my love of food is way bigger than a surgical intervention could have ever been for me. I love to eat. I love, I was a binge eater. And, if you're a binge eater and you have surgery, you can't binge eat or it could kill you. I know people that have gone to the hospital because they've busted their stitches or they've unseated their, their Roux-en-Y, that donut thing they put in there. I would have been one of those people. I know myself. I'm very in touch with my binge eating and my proclivity to eat too much. I've always been a volume eater. I've always loved to eat large portions of things. So over the last 4 months, I have really been retraining my mind and my body about portion size. And I will let you know, portion size is incredibly important. My girlfriend that had her stomach done, we have often compared the size of stuff that we eat. And, my portions sometimes are not so much different from hers. It's almost like I've done a natural gastric bypass because my stomach is so much smaller than it used to be, just based on I've cut my portion size down to like a third. Used to, for instance, when my partner and I would order a pizza, I would always get like a large, like a large Canadian bacon with pineapple, bacon, and onion from Pizza Hut. And I would always want like deep crust. I mean, we're talking like fatty 2x4 food, okay? And you guys, it would be nothing for me to eat 5 or 6 pieces of pizza. Like nothing. Like I could do that, burp, and ask for a Coke afterwards. And, if you look at the calorie content on stuff like that, I mean, a piece of pizza can have 300 or 400 calories easily, okay? Easily. And if you eat 5 or 6 of those, I mean, you're eating way more than your daily allotment of calories just in that one meal. Now, I have had pizza a couple of times. in the last 4 months. But, you know, now I'll eat one piece of pizza, thin crust, and then I'll have like a salad, a huge salad on the side. So I still get my pizza, you know, if I want it. But I'm getting a lot more volume of green, you know, really healthy. And I eat a salad. I don't put cheese. I don't put bacon. I just put salad, all vegetables, and then a light vinaigrette or a balsamic or something. Because, you know, I want the bulk that's in my stomach to be based on that kind of stuff and not necessarily pizza. So, yeah. But anyway, sorry to get off topic about lap band and gastric bypass. You know, it's not that I'm judgmental about that surgery, because I know a lot of people that have had lap band and gastric bypass, and they truly had that surgery because they really just were out of options. They just couldn't really do it otherwise. They couldn't, you know, their body was just not cooperating. Their mind wasn't cooperating. Their mental addiction to food was not cooperating, and that for them was a good solution. Oh, excuse me, y'all. I'm sorry. But you know, for me, I've never been to the point where I believed that that my body wasn't going to cooperate, or that my mind wasn't going to cooperate. I've always known that for me, it was just me that wasn't cooperating. It was just not even my willpower, but it was my defiance around food. I am very, very defiant when it comes to my body and when it comes to food or whatever. And I want what I want when I want it. And I've always known that I would still want what I want when I wanted it, even if I had surgery. And that wasn't going to change. And it wasn't until, you know, this switch flipped in my brain, and I still don't even know how to describe it to this day. I lost my dog. And it was devastating, and it was one of the most painful things I have been through in my 40 years on this earth. I've lost loved ones, family members. I've seen a lot of tragedy in my life. I worked in a cancer unit at a hospital for children, and I watched a lot of children die of cancer. And I'm telling you, losing my dog was just devastating. It made me realize nothing is guaranteed. It made me realize that, you know, you don't really have control over a lot of things. And it made me realize that I actually have control only over me. I can't control anything else. I cannot control what happens to the people I love. I can't control what happens in the world. I can't control if someone's driving down the road and hits me in a collision. I can't control the rain. I can't control a lot of things. The only thing that I can control is me. The only thing I can control is the kind of energy I put forth in the world, the kind of food I put in my mouth, the kind of exercise I do. I have control over those things. And so 4.5 months later, where I'm at is I'm learning that having control over my body for the very first time in a way that is not defiant. And what I mean by that is, you know, I was controlling my body before, but I was controlling it into being 334 pounds. You know, I made those choices to eat and to binge eat, and I made those choices to ignore, you know, what was healthier for me. And I did it because I wanted it, and that was a form of control. But now my control has switched to, I really want to be on this earth for a long time, and I want to be here for my partner, and I want to be here for my family and my loved ones. And so the way that I can, you know, have a little bit more of a guarantee that that's going to happen is to control myself when it comes to food. So that's the simple of it for me. And, you know, it may not work that way for everybody. And if it doesn't work that way for you, just explore that. You know, I watch a lot of diet gurus here on YouTube talk about their process, and none of their processes are the same. None of them. Some of them turn to religion to help them get through it. Some of them turn to a buddy system. They work out with other people. Some of them turn to weight loss competitions or bodybuilding competitions. Some of them do it for their kids. Some of them do it for themselves. Some of them do it because they want to go on a vacation and they think they need to be thin to do that, and that's fine. You know, people have their different motivations, and right now my motivation is I am doing what feels good and right to me. you know, and you do what feels good and right to you. And if it works, then fuck yeah, you know, we're gonna do this together. I want to say too that I know that there are a lot of my sisters out there who are, you know, they're on their journey. They're getting back in the saddle. Some of them after New Year's, some of them after, you know, kind of falling off the wagon during, you know, Thanksgiving and Christmas or whatever. And some of them just after kind of saying, I need a break from my weight loss routine. And, you know, I will share with you the thing that has really gotten me through some tough times is every single moment counts. Every bite of food you put in your mouth counts. Every meal you put in your mouth counts. Every choice counts. Every day counts. And if you don't think it counts, think about it in these terms. If you give up or go off plan for a month, you can either be 10 pounds heavier because you've gone off plan, or you can be 10 pounds lighter because you've stayed on plan. It's a choice. So far, my choices have been to stay on plan and lose weight. And I've lost 75 pounds so far. I'm down 75 pounds. You guys may not be able to tell because of what I'm wearing, but I'm still having kind of an issue like seeing my own weight loss. I can tell a little bit, like up here, my double chin has gone down a little bit. I can tell a little bit in the shape of my face, but you know, I think it takes a while sometimes. I just thought, wow, if I lose 75 pounds, I'm going to so be able to tell. But you know, I mean, it just takes a while for your mind to catch up with your body sometimes, you know. So anyway, I just wanted to check in. I haven't forgotten about you guys. I'm really intending on doing some recipes for this channel and showing you guys some of the things that I eat so you can get a good idea of what I'm doing. And I'd love to hear from you too. If you want to share recipes or share what works for you, please drop me a line or make a response video. I'd love to hear from you. So anyway, until next time, many blessings to you all. Bless be.